My darling, war has taken away a very dear friend. He was like a brother to me, and his death affects me much more than I could imagine. In happier news, Carl is safe from the trenches, and his condition improves steadily. I'll go and see him on my next leave. And what about you? How are you? Are things in Saint Miel any better?
Carl discovered things were not, in fact, any better. According to Marie's last letter, his son had fallen gravely ill. Carl had come to a decision. This war would never end. He had to escape.
Well, time to go AWOL.
Schwander Nichtlingster, blunder Klump.
I'm afraid not, Roman Cure. Until we get there, in which place you can totally tell me stuff. Thank you, Nemi. As always. I will jot that towards whatever the hell I feel like. Thank you. Besides, Outer Wilds isn't going to happen until July. So, we got a couple weeks. And whatever you tell me right now, I absolutely am not going to remember. Even in captivity, class differences still counted. Some camps were reserved for officers and others for foot soldiers. Prisoners were generally underfed, even more so if the local population was also undernourished. Prisoners of war replaced civilians at the front and were forced to work in munitions factories, on farms, or down mines. I don't know if that's possible, Roman Cure, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, just shoot your own finger off. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Everything's cool. I mean, why would I ever do that, though, Roman Cure? That sounds like weird and bonkers and wrong. So you're gonna have to really explain that one. Because, like, what? I've been stuck in this POW camp south of Reims for 11 months now. My health is picking up, and I'm even walking again at last. All thanks to Anna. Marie's last letter worried me. Victor is very sick. They don't have the resources to take care of him in St. Miel. I need to get out of here. Victor's sick. Hasn't eaten in 3 days. He's all pale and weak. He needs meat, but I have nothing left to give him. Hope he improves soon. Carl's last letter reassured me. He can walk again. There's a nurse taking special care of him at the POW camp. I already read that. God damn it. Come on. Victor's 1 year old today. God, I miss him. How long is this war gonna last? Only they could assign me to St. Mihiel. The Germans are still holding the town. Emil saved my skin again today. What a deluge of shells. I got to write to my younger brother. He's worried about me. Sad day today. Freddie and Walt perished. May their souls rest in peace. That... Well, I'll debate it, Roman Cure. But if what you say is true, that's an automatic negative. Just right out the gate. Like, if it's bad enough that it's best to have a feature of the game not installed, that's terrible. Many soldiers had notebooks in which they wrote their diaries and memoirs. These notebooks provided historians with first-hand account of the horrors of war experienced by soldiers. And there's where we get water. There's where we would get water, but unfortunately right now we have structure gel instead.
Im Hongwins Chiller!
Yeah, no sprechen English here, buddy. Good question. I'm not sure. So, I already know a spoiler, but I know how spoilery it is for Outer Wilds. But lore, it wasn't a game I was planning to play. Yada yada yada. German ID tag. Erkennungsmarken. We're not the same for all soldiers at the start of the war. The shape, materials used, and even the information changed, depending on the region from which the soldier came. In September 1915, standard model was introduced. A disc with soldiers' names, places, dates of birth, regimental details. Models were placed in late 1916. I can't just tell you the spoiler. What kind of question is that? No, no. For us. Let's say, when was the German Empire founded again? There you go. 40 years prior. I mean, I get it. Nationalist identity was kind of a new thing. God damn it. This is the worst puzzle in the whole game. Right here. I hate it. In fact, I'm just going to walk away from this for a minute, because I don't even know what I'm trying to accomplish here. Literally just roaming randomly right now.
Ik weigerte Asta dabei.
I don't know, I had to look up a few puzzles in Talos. There we go. Letter from a Hungarian prisoner. Dear Mr. I've been held in a prisoner of war camp in Reims for almost 3 months now. We are relatively well treated, but I can't wait to get out of here. With your permission, at the end of the war, I would very much like to return to my foreman position. I still have all my faculties, and even if I may not be as strong as I was, I'd soon be fit enough to work for you again. I look forward to hearing from you. Maximilian, electrician foreman. Oh, I have an idea. I'll Alt-Tab, stop playing the game, go look at Savicom's donation, and that'll give me the edge I need to win. Yeah, no kidding, act. No. Yep, donate and I will get through video game. Don't. I'm joking. There it is. Okay. So. The only spoiler I know is 20 minutes. There we go. It's a nice neutral way to say the spoiler I know. Thank you, Sabacom. I do always appreciate, thank you. And that's going towards Aiden Chronicles, I believe? Yep. The better than Suikoden in every way, maybe. I don't know. It's not out yet. We'll see, I suppose. Oh no, that's the worst part about Falkenstein. I mean, that really is what makes it so terrible. Yeah, I'm not sure when you find that out in the game or, like, anything about that, but it's the first thing I found out about the game, so. Because I was trying to figure out what the difference was between Outer Wilds and Outer Worlds, because if you remember, there was actually a lot of confusion about that when we very first put both games on the list, because both games were added to the list at roughly the same time. And there was actually some mistakes of cross-promotion, or cross-donation, because I thought one was going to the other, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so I had to do a little looking into it to figure out what the hell was going on with it, and I've learned enough to know about the 20 minutes thing and the general premise of Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds. So that's why I know about that. You know, I feel like I just said don't do that, Eclectic. Did I not say that? Can anyone verify that I didn't just say that? Pretty sure. Seconds ago, one might even say. Well, thank you, Eclectic. As always. And now I gotta be covered by myself there for a minute. Me in my younger days, when I sat on the frozen throne. Is Lego Pirates already on the list, Eclectic? Because the whole point of the backup is to put something that's already on the list. And thank you, Ross, for the sub. Yeah, maybe I just need to tell people to not solve world hunger. And not solve climate problems and just... Firewatch, you got it. What the heck is Firewatch? Whatever. It's on the list, that's all that matters. Whatever it is. Yes, don't help me take over the world. I think I need to solve the water puzzle first. That sucks. Alright, what? Yeah, I caught that. I already did that, even. It's, in fact, already done, if you're paying attention. Okay, there's got to be something I'm missing, then, because I've already got the water flowing outside. So what the hell am I missing out here? Ah. Well, this won't work. I can't believe that worked. Okay. Well, now we have to actually solve the puzzle. And that's awful. Alright, so, puzzle solved. Have I ever researched the Great War? I think I've actually researched the Great War more than any other war in history. Really? Well, we got some... Have I ever regretted researching the Great War? No. Wait, so hang on. If you're the minister of the Lonely Introverts faction, then by sheer virtue of being a faction, wouldn't you not be lonely? You'll still be an introvert, because that's not what that means, but...
Den Knoten auf der Klaus.
Who the hell needed suspenders? You can be lonely in a crowd. Unacceptable! Everyone must be never lonely again! Even if I have to introduce adorable droids that act like cute puppies. I should go grab that. Where was that? Oh, I can't reach it. Well. Yes, cute medical puppies. Named Horatio. Well, I don't know what this guy wants. So let's see if this helps him out. So now we have first aid stuff. Okay, cool. Right, no, that's over here. I remember where it is. It was hi, Kieran. Kieran? Oh my god. Hi, Elior. I love the name, I just can't pronounce it because I'm terrible. There. Here you go, buddy. Go ahead. No, see, I would require you to actually do your job, though, Evo. I'm a harsh taskmaster. I'm told I'm fair, but I am harsh. Handkerchief. Prisoners did not have handkerchiefs or towels, and such linen was highly prized by prisoners in camps. Once a prisoner was assigned an employer, their living conditions generally improved because detention conditions were better respected. Did you know that in jails here in real life in the United States, they don't assign you underwear? And if you came in with underwear, they will force you to take it off. The only way you can have underwear in jail is to buy it while in jail, which is a whole other thing that I'm not going to get into right now. See you around, Bobbiniques. Anyways, I hope you like the World of Warcraft series, Elior, because I spent a huge amount of time and effort on that. About 4 months, actually. Like, solid. And thank you, Mega Man, for making the best games ever, and also some of the worst. Worst game I've ever reviewed. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to talk about the specifics of how you get money in jail. Like I said, I'm avoiding that topic. That's okay with you. TMNT Shredder's Revenge. You got that. Although I might actually play that with my friends before I stream it, but that's okay. I'll absolutely put that towards that. And thank you again very much. Now, we all know German tanks are the best, right? Wrong! T-34s are the best tanks. But after that, German tanks are the best tanks, even in World War I. Excuse me. Oh yeah, by the way, you asked right after I cut off for the break if this game was better or worse than I expected. Neither. I had no expectations walking into this. I didn't even know what genre it was going to be. Nope, nope. German is best. That's what they tell me. I actually have no idea what the German tank was in the Great War. In fact, I couldn't tell you what any of the tanks were in the Great War, believe it or not. Not off the top of my head. Where was the smoker guy? That was here. That was here. Prisoners suffered from hunger in camps, and food was often stolen. This metal box was handmade to contain bread or biscuits. Its owner could take his food reserves with him when he went to work to avoid them being stolen. Listen, Germans would never over-engineer anything. Tiger 2, excuse me. I don't think that's how I'm supposed to get that. Enjoy your smoke, buddy. So now I have veggies that I can throw at someone. I've already done this. Why is this tank keep breaking down? God! Yeah, I know the tanks of World War II a little bit better than the tanks of World War I. Oh, what's his name? There's a dude who started doing YouTube stuff. The Tank Master or something like that? Anybody know what I'm talking about? British gentleman. He's still taking that shower. No, not Django. Also, Django doesn't do YouTube. Hi, Hyperspeed Folklore. I can't think of its name, or his name now. Whatever. He did an interesting and fascinating breakdown on the relative tank, I guess, effectiveness is the word I want to use, specifically between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany during World War II. I think that's him, Valiant. Maybe. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. Ignore me. I'm wrong about everything. Where the hell do I... It's gotta be that. It's the only thing I can interact with right now. Huh? The demon called money, Trihexia. Whatever. I've got to do something with this, clearly. It's the only thing left I can interact with. Oh, the Challenger sounds more accurate. That sounds more accurate. I don't think it's the Chieftain. I'll say the gentleman I'm listening to, I don't know why I'm praising present tense, listened to is definitely a more standard British accent.
The fallen dogs gooi free.
Yeah, describe the Tiger 2 in 3 words. Transmission broke. Oh yeah, no, nobody can agree on the actual best tank in World War II. Especially since everyone keeps using different metrics. Yeah, I sort of saw this coming. No, Freddy lived. That's the problem, von Falkenstein. Freddy should have died that day. Hi, Horatio. Oh no, Fred is a good guy.
Good boy.
I'm coming, buddy. Give me a minute. There we go. Yes, that's Anna's father. So, I don't know why the Belgian's speaking German. Sorry, that was sarcasm. Broken German bayonet. Long, broad, flacked German bayonet was designed to be thrust into an enemy's ribcage and break the ribs. Like you do. Armored vehicles. Assault artillery invented during the war in an attempt to break through enemy lines. First prototypes of armored vehicle appeared. Generals noted that vehicles fitted with wheels were ineffective in a trench environment. Engineers thus worked on prototypes to overcome the problem with caterpillar tracks, and they proved to be the perfect solution to the problem. No Man's Land was the zone between the Allied and enemy trenches. The distance varied between 50 and 1,500 yards. The zone was watched closely by day, and anyone venturing out would be shot. By night, it became a theater of espionage when barbed wire and traps were set to protect trenches. Most battle casualties resulted in the zone. We're gonna drive the tank. We're gonna drive the tank. Excuse me, the tonk. Doggo deserves a ride, I agree.
Whoa, go now.
Okay. That should do it, right? Looks right. Yeah, that looks right. I do not actually act. Not off the top of my head, no. Was the only two positions? There they are. So a walking tank is just something you find at a public water park. It all makes sense. I know, it's weird actually having gameplay in a video game, isn't it? Now that sounds like a joke, but think of how many games we've played lately that have had, you know, crap gameplay.
Get out.
I know exactly what it looks like, Evo, but I'm actually not going to answer that, if that's okay. But all you need to know right now is he liked to make a lot of public appearances. He liked to hide his face. Usually under something really simple. Nothing fancy, right? So, like, just think a cowl. Just a standard cowl that completely hides his face and head. And, so you don't know what that is, of course. Oh no, it was just part of the style. There was no paranoia. He could be out naked and still kill an entire army by himself. He didn't need armor, And he wasn't big on flashy stuff. Excuse me. What they're called. There we go. So anyways, well, onwards we ride then. Essentially, yes, Evo. He didn't do it always, but for a mission like, you know, what those people would have seen, he absolutely would have done that. What's it called? Oh my god. I'm sorry. I hate to pause this exciting mission, but I need to think of the name of a made-up creature I added to my own setting. I can't think of its goddamn name. It's the big Death Dooms on Trenthar. Because he wears one of their skulls and antlers, well, horns, as a thing, right? Stylized, of course, because one of those creatures of whatever the name it is too big for him to just fit on his head. Oh, what are those damn things called? I think what they're called. He's got a horn thing going on. No, Vec is me. I'm Vec. I can't believe you remember that in Oceans, but that is correct. That I am Vec. Okay, this is gonna bug the snot out of me now. Hang on, hang on. Nope, the whole stream is derailed because I need to know the name of this stupid thing. Do I seriously not have any right here? Really? I have all these, but I don't have that one? That cannot be. Where the hell is it? Whatever. It's a big horn thing. No mask. No mask. Just the cowl. No shirt. And loose pants. No shoes. Doesn't need them. I'm just glad Valerian stopped donating. My heart couldn't take it.
Lucky Freddy was given a hero's welcome by the French forces. Emile wrote to Anna to let her know that her father was free and out of harm's way. Freddy and Emile's reunion, however, would be short-lived.
Dun dun dun.
May 14th, 1916. Freddy was sent to the Somme, while Emile's regiment was quartered near a small village at the top of a hill.
Wait.
The village was called Vauquois. This is where the conflict had moved underground. Holed up in their trenches, the two camps dug tunnels and galleries. The underground war had begun.
Yeah, you can bug me whenever, Valerian. I was about to say I have a whole extant channel just for that, but, you know. Anyways, point being... It's okay, everything's fine. Yeah, none of these hills are relevant. Don't worry about this hill. It's nothing. The underground warfare really developed beneath the hill of Vauquois to the west of Verdun. Each side dug sapping tunnels beneath tunnels to sabotage enemy positions. Opposing engineers frequently came within feet of each other. With the advent of pneumatic drills and ventilation systems, tunnels could be dug deeper. Cumulative use of 500 tons of TNT completely deformed the hill. Nobody would actually be on the extant Discord except for like me, Evo, and Savicom. And maybe Valerian. Instant death. Luthor was never seen again. Good boy. Good boy.
What?
That's an interesting question, Luke. I don't know, since I haven't really written it yet. I mean, isn't that what you would do? Hazardous is die immediately? Wow.
Hey, what?
Good boy.
Merci, what?
Hello.
What? Why are you still SOSing? I got you out. What's your problem?
Oui.
Прокапаю.
Well, thankfully he's dead. It's always the phrase in horror games, right? Oh, thank God they're dead. Whew. That poor person. I was worried about him for a while there. But they're okay now. Because they died. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been a pool in, 30-ish years, give or take. I'd really have to think about the last time I've been in a pool. It's been a long damn time. Okay. I think we've officially hit the grimdark portion of the chapters. Literally being under the hill of his home. God damn it, I knew it, Hazardous! Ugh! Can't trust anybody these days. God dang it. Oh, can't reach it. Okay. Alright,
Allez. What? Allez.
what? I don't think that was the intentional way to do it. But you know what? I don't even care that much. You're welcome, buddy. Hey, Dream Whisperer. We're back to playing the Frenchman. Doing typical French people things, as you can see.
What?
Culturo!
But, okay. Alright, he's fixed. Now what?
Hey, what?
There we go. Killed him. Gotta kill all these people. Very important. I'm just making sure I'm sending them all home. That's what I'm after here. Yes, that's right. I must grab... You missed it, Uthor! You missed me bashing continuity. It was the dumbest frickin' thing. God, it actually made me angry how stupid it was. No, no, don't. Hey, Horatio, maybe you don't stand right next to the explosion. That's not a good sign. Yeah, and I noticed the canary is fine, which is interesting. That guy's fat. Like, I'm sorry.
What?
He's heavier than a whole minecart, which he's attached to. Just think about that.
What?
Oh, can't send him up there. Okay.
How are you?
Oh, danke.
Merci, Miguel.
So do you think he's gonna kill us, or we're gonna kill him? Oh, so he's gonna kill Horatio.
Knaller an der Flappe.
That's even better. All of a sudden, co-op. Well, Horatio can do no wrong, so if Horatio kills him, that's okay.
Dat overklontert net.
Merci, mon ami. Adieu. Non.
Hey, stil das! Du da, was?
Gibt's doch nicht. Merci, mon ami.
Okay. Now it's raining. That's not a good sign on any level. I don't know how fast these fill up, but,
What? What?
I love the, the third-person perspective, so we actually can understand just how close we are to the German engineers. Just a nice little touch there. Mud. Yeah, as I say, the only thing probably as bad as mud is really deep snow. You know, like hip deep snow, if you've ever been into that. British ID tag. British changed their dog tags in the course of the conflict. At the start of the war, soldiers were issued a single aluminium disc, because the huge numbers of volunteers, producers, and engravers could not keep up with demand. The aluminum discs were replaced with red vulcanized asbestos fiber discs. In 1916, the War Office requested the addition of a second disc to cope with the problem of unidentified corpses.
What? Allez.
Fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
What? Vas-y.
There you go. Stay there, boy. Good boy. Oh yeah, getting too cold is weirdly painful. It always weirds me out a bit how much it hurts. Okay.
What?
Well, of course, that's hazardous. It's because the fires of hellfire. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to throw to hit the switch. We did it last time, even though that was actually a bug and almost assuredly not how you're supposed to do it, but we could try it. use my psychic connection with this dog. Command him to get that wrench.
What?
Oh, thank goodness for that psychic connection to that dog, am I right? Trench lanterns can be folded away and stored flat in a backpack. Soldiers placed a candle inside the lantern, which protected from the wind. Actually, that's on me, Von Falkenstein. You can interrupt the animation, I noticed, so I've been doing it. So, the reason the characters stop petting the dog is because of me. I don't like anything that's about to happen.
Allez, et comme... Ya! Okay, there we go. Showtime! Camarade! Allez, et comme...
I guess we killed him after all.
French officers were proud of the heavy losses inflicted on the enemy. Emile, full of anger, refused to be decorated for what he considered to be a cowardly act. Emile and Freddy were, however, happy to have saved Anna's father from Baron von Dorf's clutches. His scientific research could no longer be used to make weapons of war. Good news being few and far between, they wanted to savor this moment. But Anna had frightening news. Carl had been killed while trying to escape the POW camp.
No.
Upon hearing of his death, Emile became sickened with grief.
Yeah, no, Carl's not dead. If Carl was going to die, it would happen on camera. We haven't died as a character yet. And considering all the dog tag stuff they keep showing, I'm guessing I know where that's going. Come on, boy. Listen, the French never abuse technology. What are you talking about? Damn it. Incentivize creativity. With a whip! Whoosh. Tent canvas was a soldier's refuge. Often soldiers did not mount their tents, but rolled themselves up in them to stay dry. Extra clothing would have only slowed their movements, putting them in danger. I mean, be honest, Flag Ant, would you? It would have to be grandfather, because we know his son is Victor. So Victor is B.J. Blazkowicz's father. Nope, you're only allowed to have one child, ever.
Wie? Wie?
Grab the damn apples. There you go. Yeah, that's a gargantuan apple tree, I'm just saying. Thankfully, they're really fascinated by those apples. Probably because they raise their HP by 5 permanently. Even in New Game Plus. Army Internal Correspondence, a special card that soldiers were allowed to send each other. Brothers could thus correspond with each other even if they weren't stationed together. If one or several family members died, demobilization was not an option. In some cases, a whole family of men might be wiped out. Chrono Trigger on Walkenstein. Actually, no, sorry. Final Fantasy IV. Wrong one. My bad. Actually, I think CT had that too, but whatever. FF4DS is the one I was really thinking of. I like how they're brave enough to track where we are, but only a few minutes after or a few seconds after we've already gone through there. I have heard of the term the PALS battalions. I mean, who hasn't? Whoop. Don't mind me. Nothing to see here, officer. Nothing to see. Goat hide. Soldiers wrapped themselves in whatever was available to stay warm in the trenches. Animal hides such as goat or sheep hides offer great protection. That almost sounds like a weird question. Why are you trying to escape from a prison of war camp? Well, you know. That's cute. What? I'm sure nothing bad would happen to a former German soldier running back home to France after being deported. Oh, okay. Didn't realize it was on this side of the thing. I figured it was a decoy, not a cover. This magazine, The London Opinion, encouraged British civilians to enlist. The cover features the famous poster of Lord Kitchener, the Defense Secretary, exhorting Britons to enlist with his piercing gaze that follows you everywhere. Hey, random. Over the Grey War. What is this, Assassin's Creed?
Andiamo, capitano. No.
Small but interesting gameplay detail. The sheep move slightly slower than you do, so you can catch up to them if you need to, like I just did. Oh, I like this. Braces. Soldiers must have accessory. At the time, braces were the most popular alternative to belts and provided support even for mud-caked loons. The guy who left his pair behind maybe had a solid belt for support. I haven't seen him, Flagant, so I don't know what happened to him. People really want to recapture me. This is impressive, honestly. Well, found him. I did not know that hazardous. I've never worked with sheep. I think. Pretty sure. Chickens, sure. Hate chickens, by the way. Gotta stab him to death. Well. Mission accomplished. Yep, so we go ahead and swap the tags. Told you.
September 15th, 1916. The bloody Battle of the Somme still raged on. 206,000 British soldiers would lose their lives there. Freddy was commissioned to drive the newest weapon of war, a major progress in a conflict that was literally stuck in the mud. But Baron von Dorf was also counting on this battle to shine in front of his superiors.
Look at that thing! I'm sorry. It's a big, serious moment, but that's the dorkiest looking tank I've ever seen. Other than this stupid thing. Now, there's an image I've seen a few 100 billion times. Whatever that model of tank is. Because that's exactly what jumps into my mind when I think of a World War I tank. That thing. Wow. Anyways, God, the A7V. That's such a dumb looking thing. Look at that. Look at that. What's the thing we're right about to run here? The World War I tank that we're about to drive. The larva. Huh. Developed in utmost secrecy, tanks gained their name from the British subterfuge to conceal their real purpose from espionage. Official documents instead spoke of a device for transporting water to Russian troops. First model to roll out, the imaginatively named Mark I, had a huge psychological impact, and tanks would reach their destinations and find trenches deserted. The Germans soon learned to cope with shortcomings. The vehicles were also unreliable, and interior conditions were horrific. Battle of the Somme. The British initiated the Battle of the Somme with the aim of drawing the Germans out of Verdun in an attempt to do a decisive push. For the first time on September 15th, 1916, assault tanks were used in combat. Of the fleet of 49 Mark I tanks, only 18 were operational and only 5 were used. Late November 1916, the Battle of the Somme came to an end. All in all, 650,000 Germans, 420,000 British, and 195,000 French people lost their lives. Well, time to pilot the Mark I. God, that makes me feel sick. Yeah, this tank is way too reliable. Gotta admit, the first tanks were probably a sight, despite being, you know, pathetic and terrible. Random factoid. You know the first thing I ever learned about the Great War? Excuse me. Learned. Was that it was a long, slow, sloggy war. And, you know, trench warfare that was terminated by the invention of tanks. First fact I ever learned about the Great War. That would have been, like, 4th grade or something.
Stand still!
Huh. It's a boy. Brian. Mother and son. Okay. Miss you. Had to read it. Well, the best thing to do is to go this way. I don't have to imagine that, Leander. I played Civilization 2. You hate having functional organs? Have we got the thing for you? Yeah, I don't think so. Makes sense. Those things are heavy. Heavier than they look, anyways. I'm gonna go with no, Dr. Winter. Means you lied to me, Dr. Winter. Never forgive you for this. Oh, Jesus, Brakewood. Yeah, it was something about how the game calculated armor and damage. I forget the specifics, if I'm 100%. It's actually been a while. You notice they gave me another working tank. Tank on tank action.
Zum Angriff! Vorwärts!
He really likes his evil laughters.
Head down!
Oh god, it's a QTE. Weirdly bad frame rate. I love how his hat just perfectly lands back on him.
After too many missteps and too many battles lost, Baron von Dorf was demoted and moved far from the front lines. For him, a fate worse than death.
No. It's...
January 18th, 1917. Emile, still bedridden, beseeched Anna to travel to Saint Mihiel to find his daughter and share the sad news of Karl's death. Anna set off immediately.
I saw it now, Dr. Winter. The A-38 Valiant, huh? Winter was harsh for soldiers in the trenches, and troops suffered from perpetual cold and damp, with temperatures often below zero on the Western Front. Many ended up in the infirmary with frostbite, which would ultimately lead to amputation. It was important to try and keep the feet dry. Okay, well, I will now destroy the entire world in order to save that kid. But I don't have any tools whatsoever, so I gotta find something. I don't see anything over here. Nope, no ruminations ever again, Mega Man. They're all cut off. In fact, I plan on committing suicide the moment I finish streaming this game. Just bam, done, just like that. You French soldiers suck. She's right over here. Idiots. Well, that did absolutely nothing. I'll just die! Oh, they're cops. So that explains everything. I withdraw my objections. Go on, kiddo. Get out of here.
Hey, Apollo!
Oh non, aidez-moi!
If they're MPs, they're either the best of both worlds or the worst of both worlds. Pick a pick.
Allez.
You good dog, Mo.
Non, ce n'est possible.
Well, in my experience, Trihexia, people are people, so... I'm with you, though. If we can get out of this German uniform, that might help a bit. Hey! Evening, officer. Oh, right, sorry. Probably shouldn't have just left the German military uniform at those people's house, but yeah, whatever.
Exhausted, starving. Carl realized he'd never reach Samuel. His strength fading. Destiny still had one more surprise in store. They were only about 20 miles from Samuel when their hopes were again dashed.
Non.
Calme-toi, le Pékin.
Von Wolkenstein. Here, hang on. Come here. Come on. Get out in front of the tree. Oh my god, I can't pet the dog now.
Vamos, Paul.
I have lost the ability to pet the dog.
Calme-toi, le gringalet.
There we go. Game saved. That sounds like an interesting mechanic, right? How do you save the game? Oh, you pet the dog. And that's your save point, is your dog. And of course, it moves around. But why? Just some dude. Germans hate all pets. All life. All existence. That's why they're pure evil, right? And why we went to war with them.
Allez, bon, le bon.
I know what you're saying. Who's we? The answer's yes.
Du bist ein guter.
Enjoy your sausage. You've earned it, bucko. Yeah, seriously. Eat that sucker up. Sack of bran. Wheat was rare, so cereal was used to make flour for bread. Wheat bran is darker and composed mainly of fiber, but also crammed with vitamins and minerals. Today it's an integral part of high-fiber diets. Back in the day, it was a sign of hard times. There we go. Didn't interact with the damn thing. We just keep outfit upgrading here. It's weird. Now, we're German, or whatever gray means. I actually don't know what gray means in this context. You'll be fine, kiddo. French gendarme. God, I forget how to pronounce that. Also operated as MPs. They made sure soldiers respected military law and behaved themselves at the front. They have, Narset. Good question, though. I was gonna say, what is this? FF6?
Eh, dis donc, pas le topinard.
Oh, you just won't let me take the wine. I was about to say, what's your problem, dude?
Passeport.
I have to have another outfit? Oh my god. Gendarmes, that's it.
Calme-toi le Pékin.
I've heard it said, but I couldn't hear it. And we're back to being a gendarme. We really are playing just Locke here.
C'est pas les griffetons.
Of course, of course, of course. Only a gendarme could possibly withstand the power that is wine. No onions.
C'est pas les griffetons.
Whatever you say, buddy. Back to being the military. I feel like I'm playing a really, really bare-bones version of Hitman at this stage. Okay. Need to be this disguise in order to access this area, and this disguise to access this area.
Hey! What?
Excusez-moi.
Hey, I'm sur le pinard.
Okay, so I need to get wine in here. That's the goal. First, I murder that guy. I break the troglodyte's neck. And then we kill like 40 troglodytes. Oh, God. I still feel kind of bad about it, but at the same time, not really, you know? I mean, whole group of cannibalistic, demon worshippers. You know, they kind of deserve to die. Okay. I'm a soldier right now, which means I can access the wine. I can't carry a wine past the checkpoint. But Nope, that didn't help. Okay. Hold up. Let's see if they'll let me go past with wine if I'm a cop. If they do, that's funny. Oh my god. They're totally cool with you taking wine if you're a policeman. But if you're with the military, that's just unacceptable. I was just screwing around. I didn't actually think that would work. Now I have wine and a military. So I'll go up here. And hey, special delivery. Booze. I have your booze. I have your booze. There you go. Jesus, game.
Hey, what?
Yes, yes.
Hein? Voilà, dis donc. Lâchez tout pour la dingue.
Oh, you poor man. You okay there, buddy? Let me just stare at you while you get knickers. Alright, so. I just got a promotion. I am that good. Vive la France! Everyone salutes, as they should. Someday I'll be so powerful, I'll force them to explain why they laugh maniacally around me.
Arrête-toi.
Can I have this frickin' tire now, please? Yes, this is just German blood. I'm just covered in German blood. As you were, in French. Another one of these. It's 3 now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. What did I ever do? Don't answer that question. I definitely didn't throw dynamite at French. What the hell is that nonsense? Oh, I'm gonna kill all of them. I'll murder every single French person if it means getting back to my beloved French family. Wait. Jesus Christ, this thing. What in the world? And they keep doing this classical music for these sections. I mean, in my defense, these people are trying to murder me, so, you know. Listen, every now and again you gotta throw accuracy out the window in order to have a giant tank battle, okay? I think we can all agree giant tank battles are worth it. I hear that's a direct quote from Abraham Lincoln, Icklaclaw. Really? Listen to the music choices. I mean, it's been humorous this whole time, but it's getting funnier. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my god, they're attacking in time to the music. Piss off. I know, French people and their giant mecha tanks. Jesus. Listen, Tree Whisperer, could you tell your people to chill with the giant mecha tanks, please? Listen, we'll get to Gundam at this rate. That's true. We're not actually on anybody's side here. We have literally gone AWOL. We were deported by France, conscripted by Germany, fled from Germany, and now we're being attacked by France. We officially do not give a crap. Oh, Jesus. And we're dead. Please tell me. Okay, we do have some mid-mission cutscenes. Or mid-mission checkpoints there. Pretty good ones, actually. Take heed, game developers. Mid-mission checkpoints are your friends. Well, they can be. Yes, we have enemies no matter where we go. We're so wanted. I love how he's cackling maniacally as he's trying to kill us here. You know what I mean? Sorry, I shouldn't have done that, but I was really curious. Whoa! Just one shot. Okay, that wasn't on purpose. Oh. I love how everyone just cackles maniacally in this game. Baron dude did, French dude did, American dude hasn't yet, but you just give him a minute, he'll get there. Then we'll have some British people cackling maniacally. Yay, we're wanted for trying to murder a French officer.
San Miel. At last.
Oh, great. Chapter 4 time. Bite ankles? I don't know that one, Dr. Witcher. I'm sorry. Yeah, if he survived, that's kind of on him, honestly.
Their euphoria was short-lived. Intercepted by German troops who still held San Miel, Carl and Anna were led to the officers' quarters for interrogation. Carl was sent back to fight for the Germans.
Oh my God.
Was sent to the infirmary to care for soldiers. On April 8th, the French forces launched an assault on San Miel, an opportunity that Carl would not let slip by.
갑니다.
만학도차.
Ja! Super. Ja, komm. Ja, das ist der Best. Flux. Frette.
Did we just lose Horatio? Because I think we just lost Horatio. San Miel occupied. Occupied by the Germans from September 1914 as a salient in the front, it was a key strategic position. It also stood on the railway between Paris and Nancy. The Allies made several unsuccessful attempts to liberate the town before the arrival of the American troops in 1918. The gas used during the war was heavier than air and so seeped into trenches and tunnels. Pockets of gas might stagnate in shell holes in the battlefield, preventing soldiers from removing their masks, which were restrictive and uncomfortable. Even today, unexploded gas shells still lurk beneath farmland and fields along the former front. Yeah, Clydesdale.
Immer an der Krummstörung Lumpen anfrotzen.
Once again, our superpowers changing outfits.
Gut gemacht.
German ID tag 1916. Attachable part used by authorities in corpse administration. The main part was left in the body. This model was put into service in late 1916.
Alte Fritte! Hey! Werk was ran! Hep runter nur! Hey! Sworbelebelack!
Aw, Horatio stayed with us. Good boy. You know who your true friends are. Those who are hated by everyone. Okay.
Braves Tier.
Okay, so I need a key and a code.
What?
Yes, I need that key over there. Now I'm gonna go die. Like you do. It can only be so depressing, Mr. Red. I mean, could you imagine what it would be like to play a game that's just nothing but depressing horribleness? Frenbo, excuse me. The Gazette des Ardennes. It was a daily newspaper published in Belgium, distributed in the German-occupied zone. The newspaper was a German propaganda tool written in French, informing the local population of occupied zones and POWs of the German Austro-Hungarian Empire feats of daring do. See you around, Dakota. Get some good rest. What? Yeah, I know that. Jesus, game. Already figured that part out. Grab an apple. You never have too many golden delicious. Oh, wow. Okay. I honestly wasn't expecting that to work, so hang on, let's try that again. I mean, it's pretty hard to be on the level of Frenbo. It's pretty impressive.
Hey, what?
Yes, continue looking at me. Ignore that puppy right in front of you.
Good.
Three worst kind of apples. Red Delicious. Seriously, I hate Red Delicious.
Du bist ein guter. Hey, Prosit. Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. It's really, really, really sour. Like, to the point where it's painful. Might be a pink lady. And the third is airplane apples. Which are technically Red Delicious, but they're in their own category for being just that terrible. I actually unironically like Golden Delicious. Yeah, have you never had airplane apples? They don't even do it anymore. But they used to give you an apple and like a thing of peanuts. And when I say an apple, I mean it's like this big and clearly picked way, way too early. Like, way too early. whatever the opposite of ripe is. Or I guess the predecessor to ripe. Just... Wow, that's kind of disgusting, Drax, yeah. I suppose that's my bias showing. Which I'm not ashamed of. Death to mobile games. I don't know what you're talking about, Silver Mask. It's great for headbutting people. And so... So, 18... I don't know what that number is. Or that one. Help me out. So it's 1870. Mituus? I can't read what I'm looking at here. Mittens? Okay, so 1870. I-S. Okay, so 8. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So that's 9. 8, 9. And then S. Whatever that is. Or, more likely, it's probably 815. Because S is too far down the code. So, 815. Let's do it. So this has to be single digit. I'm ready for war. Broken French bayonet. Unlike the broader German bayonet, the French bayonet was needle-like and designed to pierce and cause serious internal damage. French foot soldiers were disappointed with the bayonet's damage potential and so added notches to create further damage as the bayonet was removed. Well, French guy's attacking again. I recognize him from earlier. Whoa, okay, and we're dead. And we're dead. Well, he was a medic. Trust me, coming from me, that's a compliment. I think it's because it's an actual render mortal, as opposed to just being a 2D image, essentially.
Aufschwung, auf geht's!
A hip flask could be secreted nicely into a trouser or jacket pocket. It generally came to a wee draught of the strong stuff to give soldiers a hearty nip before strolling into danger or after pulling through a tight spot. Yeah, his tongue still sticks out, which actually isn't how that worked, but again, video game. Willing to let it go.
Yeah, but
Good boy. Heavy German helmet, introduced to replace the pointed German helmet on the battlefield to protect soldiers from shrapnel. Much thicker than the French model, and offered better protection. Its rim even protected the ears. The price of this protection was much heavier, 1.32 kilos as opposed to 5.8, or excuse me, 0.58. The heaviest helmet ever produced. Someone do me a big favor and tell me what that 1.32 kilos is in pounds. Please. So I have an idea how heavy that is. 3 pounds. It's pretty heavy for something to sit on your skull.
While Carl was about to finally make it back home, Freddy was joining the Canadian troops stationed at Vinny. In the sky, George, a British aviator from the Royal Air Force, was spotting the German positions for artillery support. On this day, Canadian troops led the charge.
Canadians are nice unless you're fighting them in war. Then they'll kill you. That's true in a lot of wars, actually, that involve Canada. Now, the Canadian military sucks, but Canadians, much different problem.
Come on, les gars!
It's like a raccoon, right? You look at a raccoon, and unless you know better, you just see a cute little adorable fuzzy animal. And then you mess with it. That's a Canadian, right there. Brodie helmet, known as the Tommy or the shrapnel helmet, worn by British Empire forces, whether British, Canadian, or Australian. Even the American Army used it when they first joined in the war. Its distinctive form brought the whole host of other nicknames. Dishpan, Tin Pat, Washbin, Battle Bowler. Germans call it Salatschüssel. Here we go. 65. 5. Like I said, the overall Canadian military isn't super impressive, but the individual Canadian fighters, they tend to do pretty well. Historically. I don't even mean that as an insult, it's just a thing. It's almost like engineers are, you know, one of the big things that win wars. The other one, of course, would be the quartermasters. Cooks, too. Yeah, I would agree with that. Medics, of course, would be in there as well. Basically, everyone except the actual soldiers. They don't matter. They're all just up there playing cricket. Canadian coins. They already used cents and dollars pre-independence. In 1914, they were minted with the image of King George V. Canadians in France earned $1.1 a day, corresponding to the average daily wage of an office or factory worker. $30 a month. God.
Okay, boys, hey, you!
Yeah, that's me. Give me something to aim at. What am I supposed to aim at?
Northwest! Down!
Come, my fellow Canadians. More Canadian tanks. Whoops. I wasn't looking for a second. I was trying to understand what the hell Mr. Ed was saying. Sorry, no offense, Mr. Ed. It's just so many iterations of the word character, I was confused for a second. Like, what? What? Oh, right. So if it's not obvious, this is an auto-scroller. So I'm having some issues here. Like, if I just take a hand off the controller, I'm still jogging, as you can see. I think Carl's probably my favorite character so far. Not counting Horatio, obviously. I have no idea, Innocence. Because he's German! Death to the Frenchies! And to the living! Yeah, Anna's another big Big choice there. Wholesome is a good word, Carl. Oh, that's a German. Not anymore. Death to the Germans. Oh, this thing reloads fast. Look at that. I need one of these. Oh, Canada. By the way, I love you, Canada. Your theme song sucks, just FYI. Relief models of hills were made so soldiers could visualize objectives. This is Prussia? That's buggy, but I'm not going to argue it.
After so many failures and sacrifices, the Canadians finally managed to take the hill back from the Germans. The United States' entry into the war grew more certain by the week. The last letter from Freddie's younger brother confirmed his country's newfound eagerness to join the fight. Carl was within a few hundred yards of Emil's farm when the rumbling of the French air patrols began thundering through the April sky.
With most able-bodied men at the front, farm production still had to continue to feed population. Women, elderly, and children were sent to work on farms. Requisitioning of horses made tilling the land even harder. Prisoners of war were used to help the war effort. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Okay, okay. Before I move into this, I'm gonna jot down some notes here. Hang on, can I just use my mouse? There we go. Freddy's alive, here to nicknamed Lucky Freddy. Big Brave Horatio pulled through, too. Things aren't so grim after all. What happened in that POW camp? Why did they shoot Carl? I hate this godforsaken war. How can I tell Mary that Victor will never see his daddy again? I couldn't do it. I had his life in my hands and I couldn't do it. Killing him wouldn't have brought you back and you wouldn't have wanted to see me kill. He wasn't worth it. Nothing's holding me back here now. If I survive this damn war, I'll be heading home. At least you've been spared this madness. The whole world's gone crazy. Even my younger brother wants to enlist. I have to talk some sense into him. He has no idea of the hellfire and damnation going on here. It was a glorious victory today, but with my Canadian comrades, but at what price? Dear Lord, Carl is dead. He always spoke about his son Victor, and when he told me Victor was sick, he had a strange look in his eyes. He must have tried to escape to see his son. It's awful. How am I going to break the news to Emil? I found the father at last, and thank you, Freddy, for pulling him out of this hell. I daren't talk to Emil anymore. Carl's death has crushed him. Emil's morale slumps by the day. He hasn't had any news from Marie or Victor for months. It's probably because St. Mihiel has been cut off from the world. I fear the worst. I'm going to visit them. Surely they'll let a nurse through the lines. Miracles do happen sometimes. Carl is alive. That's quite a smart escape. Dressing the dead guy in his clothes actually worked. We've crossed the lines and are so close to our goal. I hope they let me out of the infirmary. I'm going to try to find Mary's farm. Carl's being held at the barracks. They suspect he's a traitor. I managed to get away without taking a bullet. It was a close call. Poor Wilfred saved my life. I've got to get to St. Mihiel. Hold on there, Victor. I'm coming. I've been trudging through the countryside for 4 months now. I'm so hungry, but I can't approach villages. I did try, but they recognized my accent. Nearly got myself arrested. Let's be careful. I was going to give myself up this morning when I saw Anna, and she saved my life again. Now we're driving to St. Mihiel. My poor feet will never forgive me. I don't know how we'll cross the front lines, but I know these hills. We'll find a way. I'm not a spy. How many times do I have to tell them to make them believe me? Having served under Von Dorf isn't helping matters either. If only I could see Marie and Victor, just for 1 minute. I have to know they're safe, but seeing them means getting out of here first. Still no news from Carl, Daddy. It's been 4 months today. What's happened to them? I must stop worrying. Maybe it's simply letters aren't getting through. I daren't imagine the worst. Victor needs his father, and so do I.
Hey, what?
This is an interesting way to do Fog of War. No, pun intended. Ration tickets. Rationing was introduced into occupied zones, especially for bread, as there was just not enough food to go around. Rationing enabled the authorities to regulate distribution and quantity of food available and prevent prices from soaring. Rationing.
What?
You know, for the first time, I think I realized he's actually literally saying Walt. Even though we know his name's actually Horatio.
Hey, what? Hey!
Just get here.
What? Hey! Hey, what? What? Hey!
Yeah, the dog can't teleport when it's part of a puzzle.
Hey, what? What? What?
No, not really, my kimono.
Hey!
Okay.
Hey, Juan!
I have no idea, Don Crow. I think you're just insane. That would explain the name, too.
What?
Like, the Dawn of all crows? Would you want to be a Dawn of crows? I don't know. I'm not sure I would. Whoop, 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 whoop. And we're dead. God damn it. Hang on. On the other hand, you'd have a huge information network. At least that's what Odin keeps telling me.
Hey, auf, Juan! Auf geht's! Hey, Juan! Come here! Juan! Hey, auf, Juan! Auf geht's!
Yeah, no kidding, Cyclad. Okay, so now...
Na geh, Juan! Juan, ab! Na los!
I've given them several positives, so I sure hope I do, Evo. I do think they're a little hit and miss, but better good than bad. Yeah, what's funny is sometimes there's some big explanation for why a nickname is a thing. And sometimes it's just like, yeah, the first two nicknames didn't stick, so I started calling myself Third. Whoops. Okay. Oh, Horatio's totally dead. We're all dead. It's the Great War. There's no happy endings here. We just have to accept that. Coffee beans. Coffee was sold as beans and neither ground nor roasted. Generally, grocers would prepare the brew for their customers. Coffee was also ground home in Peugeot coffee mills.
What? Hey, up!
Ironically, I love the smell of coffee.
Hey, what?
Pipe, whittled from wood and horse spawn, made in the trenches along with food. Soldiers' daily rations also included tobacco. Many soldiers chewed or smoked or chewed tobacco to cover the stench of rotting corpses. Coffee scent.
Marie! Non! Voilà. Respire.
Didn't even hesitate. Did you see that? Didn't even hesitate. I don't know what to do here.
Reste avec moi. Ne parle pas. Marie.
April 16th, 1917. Emile was still sick. But the general needed every soldier who could stand
It's that asshole
to
again.
launch his big offensive. Once again, it was to be the battle that would bring an end to the war.
We've been seeing this asshole for a while now, too.
Bien. Bien. Allez. Voilà.
It's a long way to Tipperary lyrics. Sorry, it's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. It's a long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. I was gonna say, I know this is based on a real thing. A lot of this is based on real stuff. Yeah, but who was... There was one French marshal, I want to say in particular, who... It was just attack, 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 attack. Even in 1917. Yeah, an idiot is correct. Etienne. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I'm not good with names, you know that. Well, this French guy who's leading a suicidal charge on the German lines is an idiot. I like the weird lack of subtlety here. Did you notice that the Germans at this point are completely faceless? Just black outlines. I mean, yes, it would make sense for that logically to look like that in reality, but my point is stylistically they've never done that before, until now. Yep, we're in 1917 at this point. Looks like I can't dig up at a certain point. That's the last. We are going to be officially using the corpses of our own men as cover. And yeah, he actually drew a gun at us that time. I'm sure you saw that. Crowned with success at Verdun, General Nivelle planned a large general offensive in spring of 1917, focused on the Aisne front and Chemin domains. The Germans already held an overlying position on Allied lines for 2 years, and had installed heavy fortifications and an indigenous underground network. Launched on April 16, 1917, stalemate soon set in with 200,000 men losing their lives in a matter of days. Mutinies broke out in a number of Allied units. The failure of the offensive became symbolic of the violence of trench warfare. Understanding the important role information and disinformation could play, war offices on all sides took espionage and secrecy very seriously from the outbreak of the war. Balloons, zeppelins, and aircraft were used to reconnoiter troop movements, and behind lines, a witch hunt was declared on spies. Countries also sought to infiltrate the opposition parties of the adversaries' governments to influence internal stability, and the German provided support for Irish militants and Russian revolutionaries. Wow, he actually shoots us if we back off. He straight up murders us if we back off. Aluminum ring handmade by a soldier. Soldiers often made rings out of recycled metal to send back home to sweethearts. Good question, Brewmaster. I have no idea. Not a clue. Oh god. That's just mean. Oh Jesus. Okay, hang on. Up. Not as up. Oh yeah, this is actually very heavily stylized. And you know what? Good. If this was less stylized, honestly, that'd probably be with negative territory. I probably wouldn't even be playing it. I probably would have said no. Although this is an example of what I've talked about many times. You can make something representative and stylized without having to do the real thing, without losing the impact. God damn it, I didn't even see that one. Please tell me I had a thing after the mud pit. Okay, thank God. hard to see those incoming shells behind the grass there. Continued good checkpointing. I'm sorry. I want you to understand that those are piles of bodies in front of us and behind us. On all sides, in all directions. Those are corpse piles. I have a reason to get up.
The blow was fatal. The Nivelle offensive was a bloodbath, a butchery. Soon, mutiny spread throughout the French infantry divisions, and the offensive was abandoned. Emile was jailed with the other rebels, waiting to be court-martialed. The dogs of war, man's best and most loyal friend, shared the same day-to-day as the soldiers. Whether carrying messages, saving the wounded, or sweeping for mines, they never failed to fulfill their duty.
What?
This is the second to last stage, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%, but I can see what's coming up. I don't have a walkthrough, I'm just... You can see the pattern of it.
Ew! What?
I'm actually going to lock down the guess thing. If you have not made your guess, you have seconds to go make it. Go make your guesses. A complex chain of medical units was set up to cope with the war wounded. From aid posts at the front, men were dispatched to field ambulances where, after summary treatment, they were evacuated to casualty clearing stations and up to base hospitals or ports for repatriation to Blighty. The structure became more refined as the war progressed due to new emerging pathologies caused by trench conditions or gas attacks. Just add it, Nerazos. Add it at the bottom. I sort it periodically, which is why we have repeat names, because some people don't realize their names are already in the list. Yeah, court-martial literally just means military court, for those of you not aware. Like, literally. Even accidental killing of a superior officer in wartime. Yeah.
Vas-y, c'est bon. Non. Allez, calme. Allez, calme. Allez. Je vais t'en sortir, tiens bon.
I'm sorry, Emil died a hero. That's all I'm gonna say to that. Apparently I can't screw up on this one. Okay, I can screw up a little bit.
Tiens bon, tiens bon. Allez, gars. Allez. Allez, calme. Allez, calme. Tiens bon. Tiens.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier, Don.
C'est bon.
Glass syringes, used to administer intravenous or intramuscular drugs. Needles were not as fine-tipped as today and injections hurt. Medicine was nevertheless making great progress. Yeah, no, they're gonna execute Emil. Guaranteed. No other way that's gonna go.
Oui, bon chien.
But I stand by what I said. He is going to die a hero. We literally can't even calculate how many lives he saved by removing that commander from the battlefield. Looks like this is timed. Okay, this is bad. I have looped. And not found anything. Question, Evo. I do not have an answer to it.
Allez, car tiens bon. Voilà. Allez. Tiens bon, tiens bon. Allez, Karl. Voilà. Karl, tiens bon. Allez, Karl, tiens bon. Tiens bon. Voilà, tiens. Karl, tiens bon. Allez, allez. Allez. Allez, Karl. Allez, Karl. Tiens bon. Tiens bon. Allez, courage. Voilà, tiens. Allez, Karl. Allez. Allez, Karl. Ça va aller, allez. Voilà. Allez. Allez, courage. Allez, Karl.
One look from his son was enough for Carl to forget 3 years of war and exile.
Le Resteo.
After weeks without news of Emile, Marie finally received a letter from her father.
Sure.
Émile Chaillon. C'est l'heure.
No, Drax, it's actually a Max. And now I'm cutting off the guessing list. As promised. God damn it. Of course they make us do it. Which I suppose is appropriate.
As the war ends for me, I have no regrets. I've seen too much horror. I hope fate has been more merciful to you. Our time on Earth is brief, and mine has been filled with so much joy that I can only be thankful for how much I've been blessed. Most especially for the wonder you brought into my life. This letter is my last. I've been found guilty by a military court for the death of an officer. It was not my intention to kill him. War makes men mad. Though I failed Carl, I know my sacrifice has not been in vain. I fought for my country and my liberty. My honor is assured. Since it is the will of God to separate us on earth, I hope we'll meet again in heaven. Keep me in your prayers. Your loving Papa. Always.
Even though their bodies have long since returned to dust, their sacrifice still lives on. We must strive to cherish their memory and never forget. Hungry for more, the war was not yet over. Its appetite was infinite.
That was a weird credit interrupting thing. Whenever I'm done, Gary. Reminds me of an old quote, Trihexia. Love the sinner, hate the sin. I mean, I haven't played a lot of World War I games. In fact, I don't think I've played any. I've played World War I scenarios, never actually played a World War I game. So, I'd say this probably qualifies as the only World War I game I played. So, by definition, it is the worst. Oh, and also the best. If the music bothers you, then I shall kill it. And replace it with something even more depressing. No, I'm joking. I don't have Mass Effect music, so... Like, I really don't. I have to go find it for whenever I stream STO. Now, everyone loves World War II because media had progressed to a point where we could follow the war in so much more detail than any war previous. So it was the first big war from the perspective of the populace. All the populace, everywhere, of any generation. Right now, we can go look at footage from World War II. We can look at pictures of World War I. What about World War I, Traxxas? I don't understand the question. Replayability. Question mark. Sorry. Tone's a little flat right now. More gameplay than we've had, honestly, all week, to be completely blunt. Make of that what you will. Well, that kind of tracks everything. It's a puzzle game with some platforming sections, so there's most of this stuff just doesn't apply. So that brings us to a +8 to gameplay. Just, I think actually beats everything else this week. I could be wrong about that. Okay, so give me a second here. Yeah, like a 5-minute section, Silver Mask. Barely qualifies. In fact, frankly, it doesn't qualify. But yes, it did have that. Yeah, welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Cry Runner. The recovering runner. Honestly, I'm afraid. I am surprised that few people died. Excuse me, that few named people died. Oh, it's been a minute, Act. I think Plague Tale Innocence was the last time. I'm not sure. It happens every now and again. Remember when we streamed Telltale Walking Dead Season 1 and 2? I have streamed To the Moon, as well as the other one I can never think of the name of. The outro to PMD might have gotten me if not for it completely screwing it up. Sorry, just... Finding Paradise, that's the one. Finding Paradise and To the Moon. Sorry, it's hard to read right now, so I'm having a little bit of issue. You know what I should do one of these days? Just make all this bigger. I'm thinking about doing that anyways. Just increase the size. Just say, screw it. Put that. Or don't do that. Oh, whatever. Okay, that's... Whatever. Alright, not you guys. Just formatting issues. Anybody who's ever worked with any document ever knows about formatting issues. No, absolutely not, Mr. Red. No. That's a good question. Do you think we should evacuate a meal? probably a redundant question, if we're being honest. He dies to see his family. Well, it sucks to be him, then. I'm joking. We could get them, too. Although that gets into the one-off problem. Supply, that's an apply. No, of course not, Silver Mask. Yeah, Fran Bow is the one and only Black Licorice game we've ever covered. Will probably only ever be the one and only Black Licorice game we ever cover. I'll probably start saying no to Black Licorice games henceforth. Although I didn't know, obviously. How could I have known walking in? I don't think the game qualifies for foreshadowing. Probably, but not right now, Mr. Red. That's a good question, Mike Tomono. Yeah, there you go. Scorn. That's a Black Licorice game. By the way, no, I've already vetoed that. What's that one, Don Crow? Yeah, I said no to Dante's Inferno. I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Of the literally hundreds of games on the list, I don't want to waste my time with that. Bindings of Isaac, yeah, that's also a veto. Has been for several years at this point. I did and will veto Death Stranding. No thank you. Kind of a boring game to stream anyways, even ignoring the other issues with it. Speaking of To the Moon. Now here's a fun one. Themes. I don't know, do I think there's a theme to this game? Thank you, Ladson. As always. To the Moon. Just looking at something recently. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. The team collaborated with the actual French government and their official commission on remembrances for the 100th anniversary of the Great War. Released days before the day that would be the 100 year anniversary of the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. I mean, dogs are okay, I guess. But Horatio, he's awesome. I guess that's everything. There's nothing really to debate. Most of this game is on its sleeve. Which is fine. It's just interesting. No, Horatio didn't get a positive. Horatio doesn't deserve a positive. Only good boys get positives. Oh, he gets sausages. Like, that boy gets sausages for days. I think I'm going to stick with that. Because his name was Walt, my Kamano. I call him he at least once, I think. But either way. So. That's a plus 22 to story. No story negatives. That is a ratio of 100%. That hasn't happened in a while. Not since Head On, actually. Almost 3 positives per hour, just a story. I'm not sure, Silver Mask. I'd think about it, certainly, though. I'd think about it. Okay. Now can I get the drum roll, please? Do the double check. I always do. Final score, golden number, 87.71. It's pretty high for a dinky little indie passion project. The golden number is the final score. It is the final rating of the game. Higher the better, lower the worse. Anything over 0 is positive. Anything below 0 is bad. Yeah, as I said, let me pull up the guessing sheet here, because I apparently closed it. Did anybody guess 88? Because that would make this easy. Let's see here. There's an 87. There's an 88 from Narset. That's funny. And I think 88's going to have it. I mean, I sincerely doubt anything's going to beat that. So, that means Narset, who guessed within 0.29, is going to put that towards Dungeon Siege 2. Congrats, Narset. Tomorrow, we'll be doing a lore week. So, that means it'll be starting later than usual, as all lore weeks do. And we have so much crap to cover that I might legitimately not be ready for it all by the time lore week starts. And so we'll just kind of play it by ear. I also have to go record 2 of Ruminations. So, Yes, Lore Week is on Saturday henceforth. That's the new standard. It's actually been the standard. It's just we haven't had a Lore Week since that's been the standard. So, I do, as always, hope you enjoyed. See you tomorrow.